What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and I'm back at it again to bring you 40 facts on the Warhammer 40k universe. This time, we will be continuing and finishing the lore on Ahzek Ahriman. So if you guys didn't catch the first two videos, I will link them at the end of this video. Now also, I want you guys to let me know what other topics in 40k you want me to cover. More specifically, what named characters or what weapon and war gear of basically any race. And leave those comments down below and I'll get to them whenever I can, which would be as soon as possible. Anyway guys, let's continue on to Ahriman's lore with the 13th Black Crusade. In his quest for forbidden knowledge of the Eldar's Black Library, Ahriman is known to have breached the Eldar webway twice, both times occurring during the 13th Black Crusade. In the first instance, Ahriman was able to get access to the Eldar webway using knowledge extracted from the captured Inquisitor Bronslaw, Savak. Savak had been the only human ever invited into the Eldar to be a guest of the hidden Eldar craft world that is the Black Library, but in reality he had been used by the Eldar as bait and a foil for Ahriman. Ahriman subsequently entered the webway through a long-forgotten portal that was discovered by his minions on the world of Etiamun III, a planet bequeathed to the care of the Imperium by the Eldar of Craftworld Al-Ansar, before that craft world had been lost in the Eye of Terror millennia before. This intrusion was considered a major setback by the Eldar Farseers, who had failed to foresee it, and none other than Eldrad Orthran himself, the greatest of all Eldar Farseers, had to be summoned from Orthway to lead the Eldar defense against the breach. Ahriman was eventually repulsed, and the webway gate that he had used to gain entry was sealed, never to be opened again. The Secretive Order Psychana, which consists exclusively of Bloodraven's librarians, was also called in to help defeat the traitors, but they arrived too late, and they subsequently took over the protection of the Imperial Reclusium that housed that portal. A short time later, Ahriman's psychic and occult powers allowed him to foresee a rip in the webway, inadvertently caused by the Bloodraven's librarian, Rama, near the planet of Lorn 5, during the chapter's operations on that ice world. Accompanied by a warband of Thousand Sun sorcerers that he called the Prodigal Sons, Ahriman approached the planet under stealth. He used his sorcery and the aid of demons and the transdimensional rip caused by Rama to find a webway portal to Arcadia, the Eldar planet of law. The world was exclusive domain of Harlequins, and they contained a masterfully concealed Eldar settlement, including an extensive librarium, a repository of Eldar history and technology. Ahriman utilized the book that was considered a myth, the Tome of Carabinian, which he had taken from the Eldar Solitaire of the same name, to attempt to find one of the Arcadian webway portals leading directly to the Black Library. He additionally sought to steal an artifact known as the Sword of Lanthralak, a potent weapon used by the Eldar eons ago against the Catan during the War in Heaven, which was held by Arcadia's greatest Harlequin. Ahriman and the Prodigal Sons had also captured the Demon Fuge and former sister battle Ephriel Stern, who he intended to use against his rivals following his conquest of the Black Library. Despite summoning a Leviathan, a giant flying warp beast similar in size and shape to a manta ray, and inflicting horrendous casualties on both sides of the conflict, Ahriman was ejected from the webway with his goal unattained. Following the end of the 13th Black Crusade, Ahriman's star is once again on the rise with the Thousand Sons demon primarch Magnus the Red, mostly due to the great chaos caused by his battles against the Eldar within the webway, the prowess he displayed in capturing Inquisitor Savak, and the extraordinary knowledge and ability required to even come close to entering the fabled Black Library. It is rumored that if Ahriman ever gained entry into this library, he could use the information contained within it to become a new and powerful chaos god within the warp. Ahriman refuses to acknowledge either Tzeentch or chaos itself as his master. Across the ensuing millennia, he has become a scourge of the Imperium, raiding ancient museums, librariums, scholaria, and reclusia, places of learning, religion, and contemplative thought. He seeks to acquire artifacts, data, or even persons he believes can lead him to master the way of the sorcerer. He fosters chaos cults on dozens of worlds at a time, providing the cult magi with sorcerous power until such a time that they have acquired some trinket or satisfied another of Ahriman's demands, before turning the wrath of his 1,000 sons upon them. The Terran millennia have passed in the realms beyond the Eye of Terror, and still Ahriman walks the path of exile towards the promise of a distant salvation. Perhaps Ahriman has already tried to undo the damage of the past, and failed, but as the light of the Imperium gutters, his steps take him ever closer to the answers that he has sought for so long. The shadow of secrets, lost since before humans ever stared up at the stars, lingers on the horizon in the elusive Black Library, calling Ahriman ever on, down the road into the future. Flames light that road, and the bones of the dead and the ashes of murdered worlds pave its course. None, except perhaps Zeech, who watches all and laughs the song of fate, knows what awaits Ahriman at the end of that road, but if he should reach its end, the universe will surely tremble. And now on to the abilities and war gear of Ahriman. Ahriman is a true master of sorcery and one of the most powerful psykers in the whole galaxy, his knowledge of the dark arts only rivaled by the greater demons of his patron. In addition to the multitude of chaos psychic powers he can call upon, he is armed with the Black Staff of Ahriman, an ornate force weapon which provides a potent focus for his psychic energy. He also carries an enchanted bolt pistol which fires powerful inferno bolts, similar to the weapons of the Rubric Marines. Ahriman's sorcerer's powers are apparent even in the cast of his skin. His facial features seem to blur and shift constantly, making it almost impossible to focus on anything other than his eyes, which appear as constantly burning with blue flame. Now before I end the video, this guy has some amazing quotes, so I'm going to be basically reciting them to you guys. Let me know which one's your favorite. If the path to salvation leads through the halls of purgatory, then so be it. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. Change is sometimes necessary, but I prefer order. It is more predictable. And what are the achievements of your fragile Imperium? It is a corpse rotting slowly from within while maggots writhe in its belly. It was built with the toil of heroes and giants, and now it is inhabited by frightened weaklings to whom the glories of those times are half-forgotten legends. I have forgotten nothing, and my wisdom has expanded far beyond mere mortal frailties. Knowledge is power, and with the key to the Black Library, I shall claim it all. We are the Red Sorcerers of Prospero, damned in the eyes of our fellows, and if this is how our story ends, in betrayal and bloodshed, no, you may find it nobler to suffer your fate, but I will take arms against it. Knowledge is power, but power is nothing without purpose. You may hold in your hand the power to remake all things, but if you do not know what you could change, then you hold nothing at all. And that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think of Ahriman. Are his quotes as badass as he is? Is his war gear as awesome as he is intelligent? Now, if you guys know, this is my second favorite character in all of 40k. First, of course, is Farsight. And let's see if you guys can also guess who the third favorite is. I asked the same question in the previous video, so now I want to ask you guys, who are your top 3 favorite characters in all of 40k? Put them down in the comments below, and I'll start doing lore on the more popular ones. Also guys, don't forget that we have a Patreon page where for a simple $1 a month, you guys can head on over there and support us. We give you basically more videos. We give you For the Greater Walls, where we answer each and every one of your guys' questions. We also put out creepypastas a little bit earlier on there, and then they get transferred to YouTube eventually. But if you want creepypastas faster, that's the place to be at. Also, our Twitter and Instagram pages are there to update you when videos hit. as well as give you a bunch of little awesome pictures and whatnot. And don't forget that we do have a Facebook page. Facebook is the easiest way to contact us, so you can message us there. Also, I post pictures, any leaks or trivia, upcoming news that involves 40k, and of course, we also do giveaways on there. So it doesn't hurt to follow us on all this social media, because at the end of the day, you get more 40k content and also some awesome gifts. Now guys, thank you for everything. I will catch you guys tomorrow. So as always, I have been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I am signing out.